Success doesn't happen overnight. The road to achieving anything worthwhile is full of obstacles, challenges, and moments when you feel like giving up. But here's the truth. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or timing. It's simple. They never gave up. They kept pushing forward, no matter how tough it got, no matter how many setbacks they faced. In this audiobook, you're going to discover the power of persistence and why quitting should never be an option. We'll talk about how to push through the tough moments, how to stay committed to your goals even when things seem impossible, and how to keep going even when you feel like you've hit a wall. This isn't about quick fixes or overnight success. This is about building the mindset and habits that will carry you through every challenge, every failure, and every setback. If you're ready to stop doubting yourself and start believing that success is possible, keep watching. The journey to success starts with a simple decision: never give up. Chapter 1. The power of perseverance. It's in the moments when everything feels impossible that your greatest growth happens. When the road ahead is tough and the challenges seem too big to overcome, this is when you find out what you're really made of. You see, perseverance isn't about doing something easy or effortless. It's about pushing through when every fiber of your being tells you to stop. It's about the strength to continue when failure seems like the only option. And it's about having the courage to get back up every time life knocks you down. The truth is, perseverance is the key that unlocks success. It's the difference between those who dream of achieving something great and those who actually make it happen. It's easy to talk about perseverance in theory, but let's be honest, actually practicing it in your life is much harder. Life doesn't always go the way we plan. There are bumps, setbacks, and failures along the way. And during those times, it's tempting to walk away, to give up and convince ourselves that maybe it wasn't meant to be. But here's the thing, the only way to truly fail is to quit. You only lose if you stop trying. As long as you keep going, you are learning, you are growing, and you are moving closer to your goal. Take a moment and think about the most successful people you admire. It doesn't matter whether it's in business, sports, music, or any field. Every single one of them has faced rejection, failure, and struggle. The difference between them and those who never reached their full potential is simple. They refused to give up. They persisted when others would have walked away. They kept going even when things felt impossible. They understood that the power of perseverance is what would carry them to greatness, even when the road ahead seemed too long or too steep. Now I want you to think about something. When you face obstacles and you want to quit, what's really holding you back? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the thought that maybe you're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough? Let me tell you this. The only thing standing between you and your success is your willingness to keep going. It's not your past mistakes, your current circumstances, or even the opinions of others. It's your mindset and your commitment to persevere through it all. Perseverance isn't about never falling down. It's about how you rise each time you fall. It's about not letting the setbacks define you, but rather using them as stepping stones to move forward. Think about some of the greatest achievers in history. Thomas Edison, for example. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. In fact, he tried over 1,000 different materials before he found the right one. He faced countless failures, but he never quit. He simply saw each failure as one step closer to success. And eventually he succeeded. The same principle applies to you. Every time you fail, you are one step closer to finding the right solution. The key is to keep going. The power of perseverance is also rooted in your ability to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. Each time you face a challenge, you are being given a chance to develop resilience, strength, and character. It's not the easy wins that make you who you are, it's the hard-fought battles that shape you into someone who can truly succeed. When you choose to persevere, you are not only moving closer to your goals, but you are also becoming a stronger version of yourself. But let's be real for a moment. It's not always easy to stay motivated when things aren't going your way. When you're stuck in a rut and the end goal feels out of reach, it's hard to stay focused. And that's where perseverance truly shines. It's not just about pushing through when you feel motivated. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed even when you don't feel like it. It's about building the habit of perseverance so that no matter what, you keep moving forward. There will be days when you feel like giving up is the only option, when every part of you wants to throw in the towel and walk away. But let me tell you something, you can't let those days define you. Those are the days that test your true strength. And on the other side of those tough days is the person you're meant to be. If you can find a way to push through, even when it's hard, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to achieving everything you've set out to do. One of the most powerful things you can do to develop perseverance is to focus on the long-term vision. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and become discouraged when progress feels slow. But the truth is, success is a marathon, not a sprint. You don't have to have it all figured out right away. What matters is that you keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Every action you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to where you want to be. Another key to perseverance is developing a growth mindset. Instead of seeing failures as roadblocks, see them as opportunities to learn. When things don't go according to plan, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every setback has something valuable to teach you, whether it's a lesson in patience, resilience, or the need to adjust your approach. The more you embrace failure as part of the journey, the easier it will be to keep going. It's also important to remember that perseverance isn't about doing everything alone. It's about knowing when to lean on others for support. No one achieves success in a vacuum. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, who believe in you, and who are willing to help you when things get tough. Having a support system in place will give you the strength to keep going, even when you feel like you can't do it on your own. Now, let's talk about the practical side of perseverance. How do you actually put this into practice in your own life? The first step is to start small. Set yourself up for success by setting achievable, realistic goals. Break your big goals into smaller, manageable tasks and focus on completing them one at a time. When you accomplish something, celebrate it. Even small wins deserve recognition. Every time you complete a task, no matter how insignificant it may seem, you are strengthening your ability to persevere. Another practical way to develop perseverance is to create routines and habits that support your goals. When you make perseverance a part of your daily life, it becomes second nature. Get up every morning with the intention to move forward, no matter how you're feeling. Even when things don't go as planned, keep going. The more you show up, the stronger your perseverance muscle becomes. Perseverance is also about consistency. It's not about making huge leaps all at once. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed day after day. The results might not come overnight, but they will come. And when they do, you'll look back and realize that the only reason you got there was because you never gave up. The most important thing to remember is that success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the journey is never easy. It's full of twists and turns, challenges and setbacks. But with perseverance, you'll find a way through. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, and every failure is a lesson in disguise. Keep going, no matter what, because the power of perseverance will take you further than you can ever imagine. And when you look back, you'll realize that every moment you wanted to give up was the moment that shaped you into the person who could achieve everything you've dreamed of. So, keep pushing, keep fighting. The power of perseverance is within you, and it will carry you to places you've only dreamed of. You are capable of achieving everything you've set out to do. Never forget that. Chapter 2. Embrace the struggle. You were born with the ability to endure, to withstand, and to grow stronger from every challenge life throws at you. You're made for this. Every struggle, every setback, and every obstacle you face isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you are on the right one. Life is not meant to be easy, and the truth is, it's the struggle that shapes us into who we are meant to be. It's the tough times that forge the strength you need to rise higher. The struggle is not something to avoid, it's something to embrace, because it holds the key to your growth, your resilience, and ultimately your success. Let's talk about this. Every time you encounter a challenge, your instinct might be to back away. You might think that it's easier to quit, or that maybe this challenge isn't worth facing. But that's the trap. The very trap that stops most people from reaching their full potential. What people often miss is that the struggle is where the magic happens. It's where you develop the mental and emotional strength to push through when it feels like you can't go any further. It's where you learn who you truly are. So stop running from it. Stop wishing it wasn't there. Embrace it, and you will come out on the other side, stronger and more capable than ever before. If you're serious about achieving your dreams and becoming the best version of yourself, you've got to accept that the road will not always be smooth. Success doesn't come easy. It's earned through effort, through discipline, and most importantly, through embracing the struggle. This doesn't mean that you have to love every difficult moment, but you must learn to see it for what it truly is, an opportunity. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to learn new things about yourself, to become stronger, and to improve in ways you never imagined possible. The struggle isn't the end. It's not a dead end. It's the beginning of your transformation, the beginning of your ascent to the next level of who you're meant to be. Think about all the great people in history. Every one of them faced struggles, sometimes massive, life-changing challenges. And yet, it's in the midst of that struggle that they found their purpose, their strength, and their resilience. Whether it was a founder of a company, an artist, or a world leader, the key to their success wasn't avoiding the struggle. The key was facing it head-on and refusing to back down. They didn't let the difficulties stop them from moving forward. They didn't see the struggle as something that would defeat them. They saw it as the test that would make them better. You can't expect growth without discomfort. You can't expect to get stronger without pushing your limits. You can't expect to achieve anything great without encountering obstacles along the way. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you'll be able to use the struggle to your advantage. Because what you'll realize is that the struggle isn't something to be feared, it's something to be used as a stepping stone toward your dreams. Every time you push through something difficult, you're making progress, even when it feels like you're standing still. And each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. If you really want to transform your life, you have to change the way you think about struggle. You need to stop seeing it as something negative and start seeing it as a part of your journey. It's the push you need to propel you forward. It's the fire that forges your strength and your willpower. And when you understand that, you can approach life's challenges with a new mindset. Instead of avoiding them, you can step into them with confidence, knowing that every challenge is a chance to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the person you are destined to be. I know it's hard. I know it can feel overwhelming. There are days when the struggle will feel like too much. There are moments when you'll want to throw in the towel, when you'll want to quit and tell yourself that it's just not worth it. But let me tell you this, it is worth it. You are worth it. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove to yourself how strong you are. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is just a step closer to your success. So don't back down when the struggle hits. Don't shrink away from the difficulty. Face it, embrace it, and know that you are growing in ways you can't even fully comprehend yet. The key to embracing the struggle is having the right mindset. It's all about how you perceive the obstacles you face. You can either see them as barriers that will stop you, or you can see them as stepping stones that will propel you forward. The choice is yours. What mindset will you choose? A mindset of fear, or one of growth and resilience? Every time you decide to face the struggle head-on, you're choosing growth. And growth is what will take you to places you've never imagined. Another powerful way to embrace the struggle is to lean into it with gratitude. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Gratitude for struggle. But it's true. When you can look at the challenges in your life and thank them for the lessons they bring, you begin to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as burdens, you start to see them as gifts. The lessons you learn in the middle of your struggles are the lessons that will shape you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. And without these lessons, you would never become who you are meant to become. Take a moment and think about your biggest struggles. I'm sure they were difficult. I'm sure they were painful. But now, looking back, don't you see how those moments helped you grow? Don't you see how those struggles shaped you into someone who is stronger, more resilient, and more capable? What you're going through right now may be tough, but someday you'll look back on it and realize that it was all part of the process. It was all part of the journey to becoming the person you were always meant to be. And here's something important to remember. The struggle never ends. It doesn't matter how successful you become, how far you go, there will always be new challenges. But with each new struggle, you'll be better equipped to handle it. You'll have the skills, the mindset, and the resilience to face anything that comes your way. And that's the power of embracing the struggle. It's the ultimate tool for personal growth. It's what makes you stronger, smarter, and more capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. The truth is, success isn't defined by how easily things come to you. It's defined by how well you handle the challenges life throws at you. The most successful people aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who faced adversity, who struggled, and who kept going even when it seemed impossible. And if they can do it, so can you. The struggle is not something that will break you, it's something that will make you. So the next time you face a challenge, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. And remember, you were made for this. Chapter 3. Your future is built in the now. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, gazing into the vast landscape ahead. You can see the life you want, the success you dream about, the goals you've set for yourself. But as you stare into the distance, you might start feeling unsure, wondering how you'll ever get there. It seems so far away, right? But here's the thing, the distance between where you are right now and where you want to be isn't as big as it seems. It's not some far-off destination that's unreachable. In fact, your future is not some mysterious thing that's waiting to happen. It's already in motion. It's being built every second, and you're the one laying the foundation. The future you want to live is created in the actions you take today. It's being shaped in the present moment, in the choices you make now, in how you use your time, energy, and mindset in this very moment. Too often, we think that the future is something that happens to us, something that we can't control. We think that success is a matter of luck, that it's about waiting for the right opportunities to come along. But the truth is, the future is not something we wait for, it's something we create. Every choice you make today, every action you take, is building the future that you'll experience tomorrow. So if you want to change your future, it all starts with how you show up today, right now, in this moment. The future is not some far-off place that will magically appear. It's being written in every step you take, every decision you make, and every belief you choose to hold. And the good news is, you have full control over it. I want you to understand something incredibly important. You are not a victim of time or circumstances. You are the architect of your future. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that your current situation defines your future, that the challenges you face right now, the difficulties you're enduring, are somehow setting the tone for the rest of your life. But nothing could be further from the truth. The present moment is where the power lies. The present is the only time you truly have, and how you use it will determine the future you live. Here's something to consider. If you keep putting off taking action, if you keep saying, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll get serious when the time is right," you're essentially postponing your future. You're waiting for something outside of you to change when the power to create your future lies within you. Your success is not something that will just happen when the circumstances are perfect. It's created through consistent action, decision after decision, minute after minute. And that starts right here, right now. Every day you choose to invest in yourself, to take small steps toward your goals, you're moving closer to the life you want to create. Look around at the people who've achieved the things you admire, the successful entrepreneurs, the world-class athletes, the leaders in your industry. They didn't just wake up one day and find themselves living their dreams. They started by taking small steps, by making decisions every day to work toward their goals. They didn't wait for the right time or the perfect circumstances. They started where they were, with what they had, and they kept moving forward. Success doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. It's built one action at a time, starting in the present moment. So if you're waiting for the perfect moment to begin, stop. The perfect moment is now. Your future isn't some distant dream that will come to you someday. It's already being shaped by the choices you make today. If you want to be the person you dream of becoming, you have to start acting like that person now. Start building that future with the actions you take in the present. It doesn't matter if you're starting small, or if you feel like you're not ready. Every step you take is a step in the right direction, and those steps compound over time. The more you show up, the more you build. And let me tell you something else. It's not about waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. You won't always feel like taking action. You won't always feel excited to do the work, to put in the effort. But what keeps you moving forward, even when the excitement fades, is discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you working toward your goals, even when the journey feels long. And discipline is built in the present. It's the choices you make now, when you don't feel like it, that determine the person you become and the future you create. The more consistent you are in the small things today, the bigger the payoff will be in the future. We all face obstacles. We all have setbacks. We all experience moments where we want to quit. But here's the thing. It's not the obstacles that define us. It's how we respond to them. The future is built in those moments, when things are tough, when the road is uncertain. How you choose to react to those challenges will determine the future you live. Are you going to let the obstacles stop you? Or are you going to use them as stepping stones to something greater? The choice is always yours. And every time you choose to rise above the difficulty, every time you choose to keep going even when it's hard, you are creating a future that is far better than the one you could have imagined. What you do today may seem small. It may feel insignificant in the moment. But when you look back, you'll realize that those small actions added up to something huge. Every day you choose to invest in yourself, whether it's through learning, taking action, or improving your habits, you're laying the foundation for a future that reflects the person you're becoming. And when you start thinking of your future in these terms, when you see it as something that's being built right now, you'll stop waiting for things to change and start creating the life you want. The truth is, your future is already in motion. The decisions you make today are shaping your tomorrow. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you want? What kind of person do you want to become? The answer lies in what you choose to do today. If you're not happy with where you are right now, you can change that. You can create a future that aligns with your deepest desires. But it all starts in the present moment. Start now. Start where you are. And as you continue to take action, you'll begin to see the future you dream about unfold before your eyes. So stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The time is now. Your future is being built right now, in this very moment. Make it count. Make it matter. Every choice, every action, every decision you make today is creating the life you will live tomorrow. What you do today will determine who you become and the success you achieve. The future isn't a distant dream, it's being created right now, and you have the power to shape it. The question is, what will you do with that power? Will you step into it and start building the future you want? Or will you let this moment pass you by? The future is yours to create, and it starts now. Chapter 4. The difference between wanting and achieving. Let me tell you something powerful that will change the way you think about success. Wanting something is easy. We all want things. We want better health. We want more money. We want success. We want happiness. It's natural, isn't it? But here's where most people get it wrong. Wanting is not enough. Wanting alone doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't matter how much you want something if you're not willing to do the work. The real difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is simple. They go beyond wanting. They take action. They make the decision to get up, push through the discomfort, and do whatever it takes to turn their dreams into reality. How many times have you heard someone say, "I want to lose weight," or "I want to start my own business," or "I want to be happy"? The problem is, wanting something doesn't make it happen. Action does. You can want all day long, but until you take deliberate, focused action toward what you want, it remains a wish, a desire, a thought in your mind. It's like sitting in your car with the engine running, but never putting it into gear. You'll stay right where you are, going nowhere. In fact, the longer you stay stuck in that mindset of just wanting, the further you move away from actually achieving what you want. This is the brutal truth. We live in a world where wishing and wanting have little power. The only thing that matters is what you do about it. Now let's be honest. There's a difference between saying, "I want to lose weight," and waking up early to work out, eating the right foods, and doing the necessary things to get there. There's a difference between saying, "I want to be successful," and doing the work every single day, learning, growing, and investing in yourself. It's easy to talk about wanting things, but real success comes when you're willing to take consistent action, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, and even when the results are not immediate. This is where the champions are made. This is where the difference between those who achieve and those who wish comes to light. You have to get comfortable with the discomfort that comes with growth. There's no way around it. The people you look up to, the ones who seem to have it all together, the ones you admire for their success, they didn't get there by wishing. They got there by showing up, day after day, and putting in the work. They faced setbacks, they felt discouraged, and they encountered obstacles just like you will. But the key difference is that they didn't quit, they didn't stop, they didn't let the challenges define them. They kept pushing forward, one small action at a time. Wanting is about the dream, the vision, the idea. But achieving is about the execution. It's about taking that dream, that idea, and breaking it down into practical steps. Achieving is the grind, the hustle, and the commitment to do what needs to be done, not when it's easy, but especially when it's difficult. And this is where the majority of people fail. They give up because it gets hard. They expect success to be instant, to come easily, and when it doesn't, they quit. But if you want to truly achieve, you need to understand something fundamental. Success takes time, effort, and consistency. There is no shortcut, no magical formula, no instant fix. You have to show up, do the work, and trust the process. Think about the last time you set a goal and didn't follow through. Why didn't you finish it? Was it because you didn't want it enough? No, that's not it. You wanted it, right? But you didn't achieve it because you didn't commit to the process. You didn't follow through. You didn't show up day after day, putting in the work even when it felt difficult. And that's the key: commitment. Commitment is what turns wanting into achieving. Without commitment, the dream is just a dream, and the action becomes a wish. Achieving is a mindset. It's about believing in yourself enough to keep going even when the road is tough. It's about knowing that there will be setbacks, there will be failures, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But it's also about understanding that these moments are not the end. They are part of the process. They are part of your growth. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is an opportunity to improve. The only real failure is quitting. And quitting is not an option for those who want to achieve. Take a moment to think about this. What's the one thing you've always wanted but haven't achieved yet? Now ask yourself, what action have you taken toward that goal? Are you doing everything you can, every single day, to make it happen? Or are you still sitting back, wishing for the circumstances to change, waiting for the perfect moment? I can tell you right now, the perfect moment will never come. If you keep waiting for everything to align perfectly, you will never take the first step. The only perfect moment is now. The only action you can take is now. And when you do, that's when the magic happens. When you commit to the process, you'll start to see results. They won't come overnight, but they will come. Progress is not always linear. Sometimes it feels like you're taking one step forward and 2 steps back. But that's okay. As long as you keep moving, as long as you keep going, you're on the right path. And that's what separates the winners from the wishers. The winners keep moving forward, even when it's hard. So let me make this simple for you. If you want to achieve something, take action. If you want to lose weight, don't just wish for it. Get up and move. If you want to start a business, don't wait for the perfect idea. Start where you are, with what you have. Take the first step, no matter how small. If you want to write a book, don't wait for the inspiration to strike. Write every day, even if it's just a few sentences. If you want to be happy, start by practicing gratitude and doing things that bring you joy. Whatever it is that you want, it's not enough to just want it. You have to take action. You have to do the work. The difference between wanting and achieving is the difference between dreaming and doing. It's the difference between thinking about success and creating it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep wishing, or are you going to start working? Because the truth is, success is not something that will just fall into your lap. It's something you have to go out and get. And the only way to get it is by taking action. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps, and you'll find that the life you've always wanted is within your reach. It all starts with you. The choice is yours. The time is now. Start acting like the person you want to become, and before long, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. Chapter 5. The courage to continue. Success doesn't come from the moments when everything is going right. It doesn't come when you're at your best, or when the stars are aligned perfectly in your favor. Success comes from those moments when everything feels like it's falling apart, when nothing seems to be going your way, when you've been knocked down, and the road ahead looks long and difficult. That's when you need courage the most. The courage to continue. It's easy to keep going when everything is smooth sailing, when you're hitting all your targets, when life feels good, and you can see the progress you're making. But what about when things aren't going well? What about when the setbacks seem endless, and the weight of the world feels heavier than you can bear? That's when your true strength is tested. That's when courage is required. Not the kind of courage that comes from victory, but the courage that comes from persistence, from not giving up even when the going gets tough. Think about the times in your life when you've faced challenges. I bet you can remember moments when you felt like quitting. Maybe you were trying to build a business and it wasn't growing the way you'd hoped. Maybe you were trying to get fit, but no matter how hard you worked, the results weren't showing. Maybe you were chasing a dream, but the obstacles just kept piling up. It's in these moments when everything feels like it's against you that most people throw in the towel. They give up. But that's where the real difference lies between those who make it and those who don't. The people who succeed are not the ones who never face adversity. No, adversity is inevitable. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen to you. The people who succeed are the ones who decide, no matter how hard it gets, that they will continue. They will show up every day. They will do the work. They will push through the obstacles, and they will keep going until they get to where they want to be. That's the courage you need. The courage to continue. There will be days when you wake up and feel like you can't go on. There will be moments when the weight of your dreams feels like a burden, when it feels like you're putting in more effort than anyone can possibly expect, but the results are slow to come. But let me tell you something, these are the moments that define you. These are the moments that will either make you or break you. It's easy to be motivated when you're seeing progress, when things are moving quickly, when life is flowing, but when things aren't going your way, when you feel stuck, that's when you really need to dig deep. That's when you need to find the courage to continue. So how do you keep going when it feels like nothing is working? How do you find the strength to take that next step when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're discouraged? The answer is simple. You keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. You don't have to make giant leaps. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to keep taking action. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, even when you don't see any progress, even when it feels like the world is against you. It's in those moments that you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. You have to connect with your why. Again, why do you want to achieve this? Why are you putting in the effort? What's driving you? When you reconnect with your purpose, it can reignite the fire within you. It's not always about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. But purpose, that's what drives you even on the hard days. When you know your purpose, when you know why you're doing this, it becomes easier to push through. You remember that every step you take, even the smallest one, is getting you closer to the life you want to live, closer to the person you want to become. You also have to remember that setbacks are part of the journey. I know it's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned, but those setbacks don't define you. How you respond to them does. Every time you face a setback, every time you feel like giving up, you have a choice. You can choose to stop, or you can choose to keep going. And I want you to choose to keep going, because in the end, it's not the setbacks that matter. It's how you handle them that shapes your future. Success is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and bumps along the way. But each time you face a challenge and decide to move forward, you build resilience. You build character. You build the strength that will carry you through to the finish line. Another thing you need to understand is that success is rarely an overnight event. It's not something that happens in a flash, with one big breakthrough. Success is the result of consistent, persistent action over time. It's the small daily steps, repeated over and over, that lead to the big results. So when you feel like giving up, when you're thinking that you've done enough and it's not working, remind yourself that the journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep going, even when you can't see the finish line. The moment you stop, that's the moment you lose. I know it's not easy. I know you've had days where you felt like you were giving everything you had, and it still wasn't enough. But I want you to understand this: you are not alone in this struggle. Everyone who has ever achieved anything significant has gone through those tough times. You are not the only one who feels tired or frustrated or unsure. It's part of the process, but the key to success is to refuse to give up, no matter how difficult things get. When you have the courage to continue, when you refuse to stop, you send a message to yourself and to the world that you are serious about your dreams. You're saying that nothing can stop you, that you are committed to your success, no matter what. And that kind of mindset, that kind of resilience, is what will take you to places you never thought possible. The courage to continue is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It's what transforms dreams into reality. So when you're faced with the tough times, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You have the strength inside you to overcome whatever challenges come your way. You just have to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps, no matter how tough the road gets. Keep going. Your breakthrough is waiting just around the corner. The courage to continue is the key to unlocking everything you've ever dreamed of. So don't stop, don't quit. Keep pushing. Your success is on the other side of your persistence. Keep going. Chapter 6. Find your why. You cannot move forward in life without a purpose. You can't just wake up every day and expect success to fall into your lap. If you want to make progress, if you want to achieve something meaningful, then you need to understand the reason behind your efforts. That reason, that driving force, is your why. It's the thing that pushes you through the toughest times, the thing that keeps you going when you feel like quitting. Without it, everything becomes a struggle. With it, everything becomes possible. Imagine trying to climb a mountain. Now think about climbing this mountain in the dark, with no flashlight, no guide, and no map. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? You're just stumbling around, not even knowing where to go next, and you're already feeling exhausted. But what if, just before you set off, someone handed you a map? What if you knew exactly where the summit was, what it looked like, and how you were going to get there? Wouldn't that change everything? Of course, it would. That map would give you direction, and it would provide the motivation you need to keep climbing, no matter how steep the path gets. That's what your why does for you. It's your map, it's your direction, it's the thing that gives you the strength to keep moving, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. Without a strong why, you're wandering aimlessly, hoping for the best, but never really knowing if what you're doing will get you anywhere. But with a clear why, you have a purpose that guides every decision, every action, and every step you take. It's what makes all the effort worthwhile. Let me make this clear. Your why is not just some vague wish or dream. It's not some abstract concept that sounds nice in theory. Your why is your deep, unwavering reason for doing what you do. It's the thing that fuels your passion and drives your commitment, even when you're faced with obstacles. It's the thing that gives you the power to push through challenges, to rise above difficulties, and to overcome anything that tries to stand in your way. Think about it. Why do you want what you want? What is the deeper reason behind your goals? When you dig deep enough, you'll find that it's not about the surface-level desire. It's not just about getting the promotion, buying the house, or losing weight. Those are the results, the end goals, but they're not the core reason. The core reason is something deeper. It might be about creating a better life for your family, about proving to yourself that you're capable of more, about making a difference in the world, or about building the kind of life that allows you to live with true fulfillment. The more personal and meaningful your why is, the stronger your motivation will be. So, how do you find your why? It's not always something that comes to you overnight, and it's not something you can rush, but the process of discovering your why is incredibly important because it shapes your entire journey. Start by asking yourself questions that really get to the heart of your desire. Ask yourself what drives you, what truly matters to you, and what would make your life feel meaningful. Don't just focus on the goals you want to achieve. Focus on the emotions, the values, and the deeper motivations that lie behind those goals. What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Sometimes, the answers are hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, or uncertainty. You might feel like you're not sure what you truly want. But I want to challenge you to keep asking yourself these questions until the answers become clear. Don't settle for surface-level responses. Push yourself to go deeper. Think about the moments in your life that have been the most impactful. What were the things that lit you up, that made you feel alive, that made you feel like you were doing exactly what you were meant to do? Those are the moments that hold the key to your why. Once you find your why, don't just keep it to yourself. Let it guide everything you do. Use it as a filter for your decisions. Let it be the driving force behind your actions. When you know your why, you can say no to the things that don't align with it, and you can say yes to the things that move you closer to your purpose. When things get tough, and trust me, they will get tough, you can remind yourself of your why and find the strength to keep going. This is not about finding motivation that comes and goes. This is about finding something that will fuel you even on the days when you don't feel motivated. It's about tapping into a deeper, more powerful force within yourself that will carry you through even the hardest times. Motivation is temporary. Purpose is permanent. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. They didn't get to where they are just because they had a good idea or because they were lucky. They got there because they had a why that kept them going. Their why was the thing that pushed them to work tirelessly, to keep showing up even when no one was watching, to keep going even when failure seemed imminent. It's what kept them committed to their vision when everyone else doubted them. Their why gave them the courage to continue, when everything else was falling apart. Your why is no different. It's your fuel. It's your power. It's the one thing that will keep you going when you feel like quitting. The next time you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is the real reason I'm working so hard? Reconnect with your why and let it reignite your fire. But here's the thing, your why is not something that should stay stagnant. It should evolve as you grow. As you achieve new goals and face new challenges, your why will shift and adapt. And that's okay. The important thing is that you always have a why that drives you. Without it, you're just going through the motions. But with it, every day becomes meaningful. Every step you take is aligned with your purpose. And that's the power of finding your why. It transforms your mindset. It transforms your actions. It transforms your life. So take the time to find your why. Don't just rush through life without it. Find the reason that makes all your efforts worthwhile. Find the reason that makes you wake up every morning excited to chase your dreams. When you find your why, nothing will be able to stop you. Chapter 7. Failures are temporary. Regret is forever. Failure is not the end. It's not something to be feared, but something to embrace. It's part of the journey, part of the process. When you experience failure, you're not losing. You're learning. You're evolving, growing, and inching closer to the person you're meant to become. What you do with failure is what defines your path. And in every moment you choose to rise from it, you are building a foundation for the kind of success that lasts. Regret, on the other hand, is something entirely different. Regret eats away at your soul in a way that failure never could. Failure is a lesson. Regret is an anchor, holding you back, reminding you of all the things you didn't do, of all the opportunities you didn't take. You can recover from failure, but regret lingers. It follows you, it weighs you down, and it keeps you looking back when you should be looking forward. Every time you let an opportunity pass by because of fear, doubt, or hesitation, you're adding to a pile of regrets that will haunt you in the future. But here's the thing, you get to choose. You can choose to be afraid of failure, to let it stop you from taking risks, from moving forward. Or you can choose to see failure for what it really is, a temporary setback on the path to success. Every time you choose to stand up after falling, you're winning. Every time you keep going after a setback, you're learning something invaluable about yourself. And most importantly, every time you push through failure, you're building momentum toward your dreams. When you decide to act in spite of the fear of failure, you free yourself from the grip of regret. It's so much more painful to look back on your life and wish you'd done things differently than to try and fail, learn from it, and keep going. Imagine being at the end of your life, sitting there wondering what might have been if you had just taken that risk, followed that passion, or stepped outside of your comfort zone. That's where regret lies, in the what-ifs of life, and it's a far worse place to be than dealing with the temporary sting of failure. The truth is, success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about learning how to rise from it. Every person who has ever achieved anything of significance has failed at some point. But they didn't let failure define them. They didn't let it make them give up. They used failure as a stepping stone, as a tool for improvement. They understood that the road to success isn't a straight line. It's a winding path filled with obstacles, detours, and setbacks. And in each of those moments of difficulty, they chose to press on. The pain of failure is temporary. The regret of never having tried, never having given your best effort, never having taken that chance, that is what lasts forever. When you face failure head-on, you grow stronger. You build resilience. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. But when you let fear of failure stop you from even trying, you deny yourself the chance to discover what you're truly capable of. And that's a far greater loss than any failure you could ever experience. Think about the things in your life that you regret not doing. Those are the moments that sting the most. Those are the things that keep you up at night, wondering, what if I had just tried? What if you had started that business? What if you had pursued that relationship? What if you had pushed through when things got tough instead of quitting? Those regrets will haunt you, and no amount of time can erase them. The pain of failure, however, fades. It may hurt for a while, but it doesn't last forever. It becomes a distant memory, a part of the journey that led you to where you are today. You see, failure is not the problem. The problem is in how we view it. We've been conditioned to see failure as something bad, something to avoid at all costs. But in reality, failure is the best teacher you'll ever have. Every time you fail, you have the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. Every time you try something new and it doesn't work out, you gain valuable experience that you can use the next time. And if you keep going, if you refuse to let failure stop you, you will succeed. This is why it's so important to take action, to go after what you want, without worrying about whether or not you'll fail. Because failing doesn't make you a failure. Quitting does. Not trying at all makes you a failure. But as long as you're trying, as long as you're learning and growing, you're moving in the right direction. It's not the failures that define you, it's the willingness to keep going after each setback. If you let failure stop you, if you let it dictate your life, then you're choosing regret. You're choosing to live in the shadow of what could have been. But if you choose to rise every time you fall, if you choose to learn from every mistake, then you're choosing success. You're choosing to create a life where you're constantly improving, constantly moving forward, and constantly getting closer to your goals. Think about the most successful people in the world. Every single one of them has faced failure. Some of them failed multiple times before they finally succeeded. But they didn't let it stop them. They didn't let it define them. Instead, they used their failures as fuel, as motivation to keep going, as proof that they were on the right track. And eventually their persistence paid off. They found success, not because they were smarter or more talented, but because they refused to give up. You have that same power. You have the power to choose how you respond to failure. You can either let it stop you, or you can use it to propel yourself forward. And in doing so, you'll avoid the one thing that can truly hold you back: regret. So the next time you face failure, don't see it as a setback. See it as a stepping stone. See it as a lesson, as a valuable piece of the puzzle, and most importantly, keep going. Because regret will always be there waiting for you to give up. But if you keep pushing forward, if you refuse to let failure stop you, you'll find success waiting for you on the other side. Failure is temporary, but regret is forever. Choose to rise. Choose to keep going. And choose to live a life without regrets. Chapter 8. Strength lies in your ability to keep going. Every challenge you face is an opportunity in disguise. The tough days, the moments that seem unbearable, and the obstacles that feel like they're blocking your path are not there to stop you. They're there to show you just how strong you really are. Strength doesn't come from breezing through life without a care in the world. Strength is forged in the fire of adversity, in those moments when it would be so much easier to give up. But you choose to keep going. The true measure of your strength is not what happens when everything goes right. It's how you respond when things go wrong. That's when your character is tested, when your will is stretched, and when your future is shaped. We all have moments when we feel like we can't take another step. Those moments when everything seems to be going against us, when we're exhausted, when we're frustrated, and when we're staring down the reality that it might be easier to quit than to keep going. But it's in those moments that your true power is revealed. Strength lies not in how easily you can navigate smooth waters, but in how you handle the storm. Strength is in your ability to rise when you've been knocked down, to fight back when you're worn out, and to believe in your own resilience, even when the world seems to be telling you otherwise. It's easy to feel strong when things are going well, when everything is falling into place, and when success seems just within your grasp. But real strength, the kind that sets you apart and propels you to places you never thought possible, comes from showing up when it's hard, when every bone in your body is telling you to quit, and yet you push forward anyway. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. It's not the victories that build your strength, but the battles you fight along the way. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to develop more resilience, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you ever thought possible. It's easy to look at people who have achieved great things and think that they had it easier, that their path was somehow smoother, or their journey more straightforward. But the truth is, everyone who has achieved anything significant has had to face hardship, struggle, and failure along the way. What sets them apart is not that they avoided these challenges, but that they kept going in spite of them. They kept moving forward when it would have been easier to turn around. They found their strength not in avoiding pain, but in moving through it, overcoming it, and learning from it. Your strength lies in your ability to push through those tough times, to refuse to be defined by your circumstances, and to rise every single time you get knocked down. When you're faced with adversity, it's not about how strong you are in that moment, it's about how strong you decide to be. Strength is a decision. It's a mindset. It's the determination to keep going, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It's the refusal to quit, the decision to keep showing up, even when every part of you wants to throw in the towel. The key to building this kind of strength is consistency. It's not about doing one big thing and hoping it will change everything. It's about the small, everyday choices you make that build your resilience over time. It's the habit of getting back up after every fall, of showing up when you'd rather stay in bed, of pushing through when you feel like you've given all you can give. Strength is built day by day, choice by choice, and action by action. It's in those moments when you feel the most defeated that you must remind yourself that you are stronger than you think. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every day that you keep moving, even when you feel like you can't, is a testament to your strength. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the strongest person in the room. You just have to keep going. That's the secret to strength. It's not about having all the answers or being invincible. It's about showing up when it's hard, continuing on when it feels impossible, and trusting that your persistence will pay off. Strength is not something you're born with, it's something you build one step at a time, with every decision to keep going. When things get tough, it's easy to want to give up, to throw in the towel and walk away. But the moment you do that, you rob yourself of the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to develop the strength that lies within you. The truth is, the people who achieve great things aren't the ones who avoid struggle. They're the ones who embrace it. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, to grow, and to learn. And they know that as long as they keep pushing forward, no matter how hard it gets, they will come out on the other side stronger and more capable than they were before. Strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulties. It comes from facing them head-on, learning from them, and continuing to move forward. It's in the moments when you're at your lowest, when you feel like everything is falling apart, that you realize just how strong you really are. You might not feel strong in the moment, but strength is built when you don't give up, when you choose to keep going, even when it seems like the world is against you. Every time you push through a challenge, you're proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. The truth is, you are stronger than you think. You've already overcome so much in your life, obstacles, setbacks, and struggles that you once thought were impossible to get through. And each time, you've come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The challenges you face now are no different. They may feel overwhelming, but they are just another opportunity for you to tap into that inner strength that you've built over time. The real power lies in your ability to keep going when it seems like all hope is lost. It's in the moments when you feel like giving up, but you dig deep and find the courage to push through. That's where your true strength lies. Strength is not about what you can do when everything is easy. It's about what you can do when everything is hard. And you are capable of more than you realize. So the next time you face a challenge, don't back down. Don't quit. Keep going, because that's where the magic happens. Your strength will not come from avoiding obstacles. It will come from facing them, overcoming them, and rising above them. And in the end, you'll be amazed at just how strong you really are. Chapter 9. Every day is an opportunity to move forward. Every single day is a new chance to move forward, to make progress, and to take one more step toward the life you desire. It doesn't matter how far you've come or how much you have yet to do. Today is always an opportunity to move closer to the version of yourself that you're working to become. The beautiful thing about every new day is that it's a fresh start, an opportunity to keep pushing, no matter what happened yesterday or the day before. Every single day counts. Every decision, every choice, every action, it all adds up. You may not see it immediately, but the path you're walking is leading you somewhere amazing, and the momentum you build today will fuel your success tomorrow. When you wake up each morning, remember that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. Life will never be perfect. If you wait for the right time, for everything to align perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, there's no time like the present. If you want something, if you're working towards something, whatever that dream is, don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't let fear or doubt convince you that today is not the day. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to start. But the moment you take action, the moment you make the decision to show up, everything changes. You're telling yourself that you are capable. You are telling yourself that this matters. And you're telling the world that you are ready to make your dreams a reality. Every day is an opportunity, not just to make progress, but to transform. We all have days where we feel stuck, where things don't seem to go right, or when the weight of our responsibilities feels overwhelming. But even on those days, even when you feel like you've taken 2 steps back, you have the power to choose to keep going. It's not about being perfect every single day. It's about showing up, no matter how messy or difficult it feels. It's about making the choice to keep pushing forward, even when the results aren't immediate, because you know that this commitment to yourself, this persistence, is what will ultimately get you where you want to go. Every day is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. There's something incredibly powerful about consistency. It doesn't matter if it's a small task or a big goal, the more consistently you show up, the more progress you'll make. It's in those small, seemingly insignificant actions that you build the foundation for your success. You may not see it right away, but every single step forward matters. Every action you take, no matter how tiny it feels, is a building block. It's like laying one brick after another, building the life you want, the success you're working toward. And before you know it, you'll have built something massive, something incredible, just by showing up every single day and doing what needs to be done. One of the biggest mistakes people make when pursuing a goal is expecting immediate results. We live in a world where instant gratification is at our fingertips. We expect things to happen quickly, and when they don't, it's easy to get discouraged. But true success doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of consistently showing up, of continuing to do the work, day in and day out, even when you don't see the fruits of your labor right away. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that the small steps you're taking are leading you somewhere, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. So often, we want to give up right before the breakthrough. But if you just keep going, if you keep showing up, the results will come. And here's the thing, every day is a gift. No matter how challenging life gets, no matter how many setbacks you face, there is always something to be grateful for. Every day you wake up, you are given another chance to do the work, to grow, to learn, and to move forward. That's not something to take lightly. It's easy to get caught up in the struggles and the obstacles, but when you take a step back and remember that today is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, everything shifts. You realize that the difficulties you face aren't permanent, they're just part of the journey. And even on your hardest days, you have the power to make progress. Every moment, no matter how small, is a chance to change your life. Life isn't about waiting for things to happen for you. It's about making things happen for yourself. You have the power to create the life you want, to build the future you're dreaming of, but it starts with the decision to show up every single day. You can't sit on the sidelines and expect things to change. You can't wait for the perfect moment. You have to take action now, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're not sure of the outcome. It's in the doing, the showing up, the consistency, that you'll begin to see the change you're looking for. Every day is a step toward your success. Every day is a chance to build the life you want. When you take action every day, when you make the most of every moment, you begin to notice shifts in your mindset, in your energy, and in your results. You'll find that you're capable of more than you thought possible, that the small steps you take every day are leading to big changes in your life. And as you continue to show up, as you continue to keep moving forward, you'll develop a sense of confidence and self-belief that will carry you through the toughest times. You'll realize that nothing can stop you as long as you keep going. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move closer to your dreams. Every day is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are worthy of the life you desire. So no matter where you are in your journey, no matter how far you feel from your goal, remember this: today is always an opportunity to move forward. Every action you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the person you want to be, the life you want to live, and the success you're working toward. Every single day is a chance to show up, to do the work, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving great things. Keep going, keep moving, because you're closer than you think. Chapter 10. You're closer than you think. You are closer than you think to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. You might not see it right now, but every single step you've taken has led you to this point, and the next step you take will bring you that much closer to the life you've been working so hard to create. Success isn't always about grand moments of recognition or achievement. Sometimes it's in the small, consistent actions you take every single day, in the effort that's often unseen by others. The truth is, progress is often happening when you don't even realize it, building up in the background, ready to break through at the right moment. That moment is coming, and you might be closer to it than you think. The key to success lies in persistence. It's in continuing to show up, even when things feel tough, when the results aren't immediately visible. You might look around and feel like everyone else is moving faster, achieving more, or getting further ahead. It's easy to get caught in that comparison trap, to feel discouraged by what others are doing. But what you need to understand is that your journey is unique. You are running your own race. The path you're on is the one that was designed for you, and while it might look different from someone else's, it's still leading you to the same destination, success. And the beauty of it is, you don't have to have everything figured out right now. You just need to keep going, keep moving forward, and trust that each step is getting you closer to where you want to be. Think about this. What if everything you're working toward, everything you've been striving for, is just one step away? It's easy to assume that success is something far off in the future, something that's always out of reach. But the truth is, it's often right in front of you, waiting for you to take that one final leap of faith, that one last push. That feeling of being so close to something, but not quite there, is one of the most powerful moments in the process of achievement. It's that final push, the one where you almost feel like giving up, that often brings the greatest rewards. You've been putting in the work, the hours, the energy, and now is the time to push through, to stay focused and continue doing what you've been doing, because success is closer than you think. Think of it like this: the path to your dreams is like digging a hole. At first you might not see much happening. You're digging away, putting in effort, but the hole is still small, and it feels like nothing is changing. But what if the breakthrough is just below the surface? What if you're one more shovel full away from uncovering everything you've worked for? So many people stop digging when they're just inches away from their goal, when they're so close to unearthing everything they've worked for. But if you just keep going, if you dig that one more inch, everything will shift. That's how success works. It's often the final push, the final step, that brings everything together. The key is to keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. In those moments of doubt, when you're wondering if it's worth it, when you feel like you're stuck or not making progress, remember that progress isn't always linear. It's not a straight line from point A to point B. It's messy, it's unpredictable, it's filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, but every single turn, every setback, every challenge is part of the journey. It's all moving you closer to where you want to be. Even when it feels like you're taking a detour, you're still heading in the right direction. The key is to keep moving, to keep taking those small steps forward, even when the destination seems far away. Because before you know it, you'll look up and realize that you're closer than you think. You might not see the results yet. You might not feel like you're making the progress you want. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. You are closer than you think. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, is getting you closer to the person you are becoming. The key is to trust the process, to understand that every action you take, every decision you make, is part of the bigger picture. You might not see how it all fits together just yet, but it does. Every step is leading you to the life you want to create, and you are capable of making that life a reality. Success is not about perfection. It's not about getting everything right all the time. It's about showing up, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about taking imperfect action, knowing that each imperfect step is leading you closer to your goal. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to keep moving forward. Because the more you keep moving, the more progress you make, the closer you get to your destination. You are closer than you think. You have the power to create the life you want. You have the power to build the future you've been dreaming of. But that power lies in your ability to keep going, even when things get tough, even when the road ahead seems unclear. Don't let fear, doubt, or the fear of failure hold you back. Don't let them stop you from taking that next step. Every day you show up, every time you push through, you're getting closer. You're